We now turn our attention back to the U.S., where 17 states, as of today, in Washington, D.C., they have now all issued emergency declarations as their supply of oil and gas, it's now drying up. The Colonial Pipeline system, which is the largest in America, has now been offline for 5 consecutive days after the cyber attack, we believe, from Russian-based hackers. The FBI is confident they know who did it. This pipeline is responsible for nearly half of all the oil and gas that is used on the east coast of the U.S., including jet fuel at airports and military bases. Now more than 1,000 gas stations in the south, very long lines, spiking prices everywhere, eerily similar to what the United States experienced under Jimmy Carter in the 70s. American Airlines, they're now adding stops just to refuel their planes at airports away from the East Coast. This is a serious situation, a full-blown crisis. Biden's energy secretary is more worried about semantics. How appropriate. Take a look.
This is why we know that we have gasoline, we just have to get it to the right places. And that's why these next couple of days, I think, will be challenging. And we want to encourage people. It's not that we have a gasoline shortage. It's that we have this supply crunch and that things will be back to normal soon. And that we're asking people not to hoard and know that we are all over this.
All right, don't worry. The White House is monitoring the fuel shortages very closely. What the hell does that mean? And, of course, even before the hack, gas prices were already spiking. Why? Because the Biden administration, they killed off, stroke of a pen, Keystone Pipeline. They put new restrictions on fracking, sought to artificially reduce oil and gas supply. You reduce the supply, supply-demand crisscross equals the price. Limited supply, higher prices, all in the name of socialist climate change and the new definition of infrastructure. And now Americans, you, the American people, you will pay the price. Gas prices are at a 7-year high, and they are climbing fast. And the east coast of the U.S. is likely now more reliant on Russian oil than ever before. Putin, the mullahs in Iran, let's see, China, countries in the Middle East that hate us, they're doing backflips over all this. This is Russia, China, and Iran. Well, they have united to fund a proxy war in Yemen against other countries in the Middle East. How's that for a pretty frightening and unholy alliance? Now we are the victim of these cyber attacks against the U.S. Hey, Joe, I don't know, maybe you can enlist Hunter and he can help out. I mean, he has all these contacts in the Russian government, you know, like the Russian oligarch, the first lady of Moscow, you know, that wired $3.5 million to his company. Or maybe he can talk to the Chinese Communist Party officials who he is in business with, or the Chinese officials that took him and his family on a $100,000 international shopping spree for the Biden family, or his contacts in the Chinese military, and, of course, the $1.5 billion deal with the Bank of China. I say it's time to enlist Hunter. And by the way, Hunter, he's got to be an energy expert by now after making millions serving on the board of Burisma in Ukraine with Ukrainian oligarchs. Right, Joe? Where's Hunter when we need him? Maybe you should call him up. He can help us with Russia. He can help us with Iran, China. I mean, the gas stations without gas, he's the expert. And maybe probably even make a few more $1 million for such expertise. But I digress. Our own Sarah Carter was in Virginia today at a gas station, experiencing long lines as drivers rushed to get whatever fuel they could. I can't wait to wait online this weekend. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.